Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers and listeners, as we have discussed many aspects regarding the concept of Almighty Allah and many aspects of Iman, belief, and many other things about Almighty Allah. In this video, we are going to discuss about the eternal and the omnipotent of Almighty. That is, Almighty Allah, He is existed always and He will be existed forever. There was not a single time, there was not a single second that there was no Almighty, and there will not be a single moment or there will not be a single second that where there will not be a Almighty. It means that only Almighty Allah is eternal and He is forever. Remaining apart from that, each and every object, each and every animal, each and every creature in this world, on this earth, it was not existed previously and it was created. There will be a time that it will going to be no existence. It will be vanish, or it will going to be destroyed. So Almighty will remain forever. So this is a basic concept about Almighty, that in all the situation, in all the times, the existence of Almighty is must. That is a basic concept. Now, if a person has this belief, if a person has this concept that Almighty is forever, so apart from that, you will come to a conclusion that many people, you might have seen that they are worshipped and they have started believing the human beings as a god. Now, if you understand this, Almighty is forever. So, with this conclusion, you will come to a decision that because human being has a beginning and he will have an end, so human beings cannot be a Almighty. Similarly, many people started worshipping animals, and the same formula applies that animals has a beginning and it will be end. So the same thing that it is going to be finished and it cannot be called as a god. Similarly, it is not allowed in Islam that you say that Almighty is sitting on the top. In Urdu we say Allah upar wala, like this. It is not allowed to say that, because the concept of saying that he is sitting on the top, suppose imagine that there is an empty land. So if there is no room, there is no house constructed there, so there is no construction, there is no concept of a top or first floor or being in the basement. There is no, because it is an empty land. But the moment when it is constructed, then you say that the person is sitting on the floor, he is sitting on the top. Then the question of sitting on the top comes, because once it is constructed, when there was no home, there was no room, when there was an empty land, so there is no question of a top and a below or top and a basement question. So in the same way, we, when we understand that this earth and we have sky, we have galaxies, so Almighty was there, he was existed even when there was no earth, there was no sky, there was no galaxies, he was present. And a time will come that everything is going to destroyed. The earth, the galaxies, the sky, the sun, the star, moon, everything will be finished and it will come to an end, but Almighty God will remain. So that is the reason Almighty was existed even at the time when there was no earth, there is no sky. So where is the question of telling that Almighty is sitting on the top? That is the reason He is omnipresent, He is omnipotent, He has got the authority over all the things. So Almighty is not sitting on a particular place. So that is the reason Almighty is forever, He is eternal, He is a forever. So this is another basic concept regarding Almighty. May Almighty bless us and give us a guidance to understand this and make us to be in the straight path. So we personally request you to share these videos among your friends, among your relatives. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.